o'clock.
Okay.
Now, time to start.
Let's kick off. Welcome, everybody. Good to see you again. We are going to continue from where we were last time with our Clone Wars project, which was a super exciting game. Did you enjoy it last time, Alex?
Yes, I did. I loved it.
Brilliant. So if you saved your work last time and you have your own Scratch account, then you can use that saved project. And that's what I'm going to do. But if you need to start from the same place as us, you can follow that link, which I think Becky also posted in the chat. And that will take you to our project, and then you can remix that to start your own. So let's just have a quick reminder of the things we're going to learn, as well as an awesome game. We're going to learn how to make sprites react to the keyboard. Well, we did that last time, didn't we?
We did that last time, and not doing that this time.
Create clones of sprites. We did that last time, but we're going to do it again. Use different costumes to animate sprites. We didn't do that last time.
Yes, we did.
We didn't do any animating.
Oh, yeah.
This time we're going to do animating, which is cool.
We're going to make a crash. Oh, yeah.
We're going to send some more messages between sprites. And we are going to create variables, even more variables.
Yeah. And also we're going to make bat people.
In case you're stuck, hopefully you've got yourself to a Scratch project. Sarah's just asked us to slow down. I haven't really started anything yet. So hopefully, Sarah, you've managed to get yourself to the starting page now. I think if you could post that link again, Becky, because anybody who wasn't on the chat before won't see the link because Zoom's chat is a bit silly like that.
It's also annoying.
There we go, brilliant. So if you follow that link.
Yeah, we've just got a couple of people who are just opening their projects, I think.
Brilliant. I will stop with the slide and start sharing the project anyway and show you what to do. So let's just set up a different share. We want to, where's the project? Oh, this one, don't we? That's right. We do want to share sound. Cool. Hopefully you can now see the project page that you'll get to, or if you've done the editor link, so you'll get to this page. So this is where we start. You remember our project, Alex?
Yes, I do.
Brilliant. So, can we start? Are we ready to start?
Becky?
I think we're all good. No one else is saying that they're still downloading, so I think we're good to go.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do to add to our game is keep track of our high score. Because we've got a score and we've got lives.
Let's go into variable.
That's right. We're going to create a new variable for a high score. Make a variable up at the top.
Variable.
And we're going to call this high score. There we go. And this is a global variable. It's for everything, for all sprites.
Okay.
Okay. And let's just move that high score over as well. So we'll put it over here.
Okay, now.
Right. We've got a choice here. When do we want the high score to be updated? We can either change the high score every time our score changes, or when we die.
Yes, when we die.
Okay.
When we get hit by an orange.
Now, do you remember where the code for the end of the game was? Because it's not in any of our sprites. It's in a special place.
We're gonna go into which one?
It was in the backdrops or in the stage. So if you click on the backdrops, you'll see this code, which does when the game starts, it sets the score to 0, and it sets the lives to 3. Then it waits until the lives are 0, and then it stops the game. So what we want to do in there is add some new code to make the high score change, but we only want to change the high score if the score you got was higher than the existing high score.
How do we do that then?
How do we do that? What do you think?
I don't know.
We're going to need a condition, aren't we?
Oh, well, that's a condition.
So we're going to need to do control, and we want an if.
If.
There we go. Put that in just before the stop.
Not with the
Not
stop
around
in
the stop, before. You might have to put it there. Attach the stop on the end and then put it in there. Okay, brilliant.
But this is just going to do nothing. It's just going to go if nothing Stop.
So we need to do a comparison that's in operators. So we want to know if the score is greater than another one. So we've got a greater than sign. Do you know what the greater than sign is? Oh, there we go, greater than. So put that in the condition.
If nothing.
So then we want to get our variables.
Variables.
And if score, so take score and drag it into the left-hand side of that operator. The score, that's it. So if the score is greater than the high score, so change the 50 to the high score variable instead. I'm going to drag the variable over. This code is in the stage. So rather than clicking on any of the sprites, you click on the stage to get to this code. And we've just added a new
So
if
I'm
block.
just going to tell you what we've done. We have created.
Do you want to go back and click on that? So go back to the sprite and then click on the stage.
Yeah. And there's this little bit right here, and we clicked on this, and it comes up with. You should only have this bit here.
Yeah.
Without this.
Yeah.
No, with this bit. But what we have done is we've added an if.
Yeah. And then we put an operator in here, didn't we? What operator did we put in?
The end. We put a greater than operator, which is this one right here.
Yeah.
And we put score and high score.
So what's this saying?
Variables. This is saying
if the
score
variable
is greater than the high score variable,
then what are we going to want to do?
They're going to want to change it up.
Change the high score. So can you remember where to do variables? How to set a variable? There we go. So you want to take the set high score. And what do we want to set it to?
Score.
That's right. Well done. So take score. Brilliant.
Now let's see if
so
this works.
do you want to try it? Do a bit of test, and then everybody can see the code as well while playing if they want to copy it.
Oh,
Space to fire.
Pew! Shiny.
Okay.
Shiny. Where's the other one?
And do you remember when we said that the high score was going to change? Because at the moment it's staying the same. How do we make it change?
Come down here, Hippo, if you really want to kill. Oh, I just killed one.
Oops. Well, should we try and die, see if it's working? That's a very slow hippo. That's not going to kill us very easily.
Oh, that has to kill one's going to kill me.
Oh, there we go. Well done. There's one. We've lost one life.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, I turned back. Ding, I died again. Why did I say burgers?
And let's see what happens if this hippo kills you. It works! So now our highest score is 7. And when you start the game again, this code sets the score to 0 at the beginning, doesn't
I'm
it?
just going to stop at the lap.
But it doesn't reset the high score, so the high score stays the same. There we go.
Yes.
So now we've added a high
good.
score. That was nice and easy, wasn't it?
Yes, that was so easy.
Brilliant.
And if you didn't get that,
I think everybody's okay.
let's just stop here and just show them what we have added.
Okay.
So does everybody have it, Becky?
Looks like it.
I think so. We're not getting many questions today, which is great. It sounds like everyone's keeping up, which is good.
Cool. So next thing, we're going to add a space bat. Have you ever heard of a space bat?
No.
Well,
I know what it is. It's a bat that's been thrown into space.
so we're going to add another new sprite.
Okay, let's
Show everybody where the add sprite button is.
So if you want a backdrop, there's backdrops, but we want a sprite, which is here. So we're going to go into choose a sprite.
I'm going to click on the search button all here. There we go. And we're going to search for bat.
BAT.
That's it. Click on the bat.
Ah, that's how a batter.
No, we want that bat. That's it.
It flies. Ooh.
Right. Now, do you remember? So put him up at the top.
I do not want this shine.
Put him at the top. We'll deal with that in a minute. We'll put him at the top. Do you remember about the different styles of rotation? So whether it would spin round or go left
But
and right?
we only want it to a left and right.
We do. So we click on direction. And there's these 3 styles at the bottom. There's rotate. And there's left, right. And there's do not rotate. And we want left, right style.
Just want it to go, okay. And we do not want it this big. It's too big. It's bigger than the spaceship.
It is. So we're going to do that in code this time. You can just change the size here, but we're going to do it in code. So we want.
We do not need to do it in code. Let's just do it here. Then it's just easier.
Can we do it in code, please?
Okay.
Because this will start our code for the next thing as well. So what do we need to do? Another when the green flag's pressed.
When the stamp is pressed.
We want to set
start
its
playing.
size. Size is in looks. So set size, just here.
Size
And we're going to make it 50%.
Set the size.
I'm struggling to reach. There you go.
50 down. Okay.
And then the next thing. So that will, when we start the game, that'll make him a bit smaller.
Like he looks so giant with but then he shrinks. Okay, so
Then
we
we want him to keep moving backwards and forwards.
Forever, Lou.
Forever.
Forever. A good old friend forever. Motion. Okay, just saying we have got 2 screens here and we've got what we need to do on the side. So then you get to move 10 steps here.
So forever, we're going to move 10 steps and we're going to use
edge. No, yeah, if on edge.
Down
on
at the
edge.
bottom, if on edge.
Let's go bounce, bounce, bounce.
So what does that do?
I don't. Should it be this one?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
You want to do a test?
Let's test it. Oh, he's fast. He's really fast.
Okay, well, we're going to do something else to him. So let's
Guys,
stop that.
before you move on to the next bit, could you just summarise what you've done? We've just got a couple of people that
Okay.
just haven't caught up.
So what we've done is we've got.
Start from creating the sprite. Alex, again, show everybody where that is.
So we went on to this and clicked choose a sprite.
So
down
that was in the bottom
corner.
right.
Then we searched BAT.
And then we
And it will come up with bat and bat and just get bat.
So don't
That's
click
the
on
one.
that now because we can't have another bat. But that's what you have to do to get the bat.
And then we got one of these when
Ooh,
the flag is
there's the other thing we
clicked.
changed, the rotation. So if you didn't catch that, if you click
we
on
put that
direction,
and we put that into left, right.
left, right, just there.
Not all round. We do not want that.
And
then
then
for
in the
this, how do we? There we go. So we got one of these. How do we do it?
Yeah. Just drag it back off again.
So we got that. Then we got a interlocks, and we got where is it?
Set size.
Set size to 50.
And then our old friend, the forever loop,
just right here.
in
Which is what we
control.
need a lot. Yeah. Then we went into the motion segment, and we got the move 10 steps and the if on edge bounce inside the forever loop.
Yeah, so that just keeps going backwards and forwards forever.
Dun, 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 dun.
But now, the next thing, the thing we haven't done before, we're going to do animation.
Animation.
So what we want it to do, if we go into the costumes tab,
No. Yeah.
look, it's got 4 different costumes with his wings in different places. So they're already there.
No, go to Bat B. It's really funny. The eyes, they look really weird.
You like that one?
Bat C.
Oh, you like that one?
Looks like screaming.
So what we're going to do, Alex, don't worry, somebody else will deal with the dog. We're going to make it, every time it moves, we're going to make it change costume to the next costume. So, do you think, can you guess where that might be?
Look.
That's right, it's in looks.
Ah.
And then it says next costume.
Next
So
costume.
just after if on the edge.
Then
But we don't want it to do
do
it super fast. We need a bit of
next
a...
costume. Next costume.
we're
Oh
in a
yeah,
loop.
I'll do that infinite.
We
Let's
don't,
see what happens. It's just going to be...
that's too fast, isn't it? So
That's really good.
okay. Can we stop? Can we stop please, Alex? That's too fast. It's flapping too fast. You fly off the top.
You'd be like, I'm flying so fast. Dad, how did you do this? You stopped at the last one.
So we need to move him. We need to put a delay in, don't we? Which means we need to do wait. That's in control. And wait for a short time.
Not 1 second's too much.
1 second's too much. We'll try 0.3 seconds. You want to try that? Looks like somebody's just asked for another recap. Oh, is that too slow, do you think? Is he flapping too slowly?
Yeah, because now he's just going to fall to the bottom. Oh, I got killed.
Okay. Should we make that a little bit faster then? 'Cause
Stop it.
that's a bit-
Stop.
Let's try 0.1 seconds.
0.1.
That's better, isn't it?
was a bit slow. It was a little bit jittery.
Okay. So somebody's just asked for another recap, but I think that might take us a little bit too long to go back that far. So it's okay. I know what we can do.
We're just going to show them this and then go to into costume.
Okay, Alex. Can I just talk for a minute? Okay. So we won't, Felix, we won't go over how we put a high score in. That took a little while, and that's not in the project that you're starting from, but we can show you again how we've added the bat and the animation. So from the starter project, we added a new sprite. So we did choose sprite and we searched for the bat.
But the bat's there.
There he is. And we clicked on him.
But the bat shouldn't be there.
And then in the bat's code, oh no, before we did the code, we changed the direction style. So it did left and right here. And then in the bat's code, we did when flag clicked, set size to 50% to make him smaller because it was a bit big. And then forever, we move 10 steps. If we're on the edge, we bounce so that we go backwards and forwards. Change to the next costume because there are 4 costumes for the bat.
And then wait for 0 seconds.
And then wait so that you can see each costume. So that's how we've done animation.
How haven't we been hit by any hippos yet? Are there no hippos?
The hippos come, do you remember they come randomly?
Yeah, but it wasn't coming for like ages.
No, that's because we only started this. We didn't hit the green flag. We only started this one.
Oh.
Right. So we've done animation. Now the bat's going to throw oranges at us.
No, he's going to
crazy space bat.
He's not going to throw oranges. He's going to poop oranges.
Okay. So we need to add another sprite.
Another.
So choose sprite.
I think it's good. I think we need to search orange.
Yeah.
Or we can have a ball. Orange. I want orange.
Orange. There he is. A. There we go. Click on orange. Right.
It's orange. It's perfect.
Don't worry about where that is because we're going to make it disappear. We're going to do the same thing that we've done with clones before.
He's holding. He's going to eat it.
To start with, we're going to do some code in the bat again. Okay.
Why do we have to do code in the bat?
So again, another forever loop. So as well as doing this, we want the bat to throw oranges at us randomly.
But how can we make him throw one?
So when the green flag is clicked, do our favourite. And another forever loop. Where's the forever loop?
Where's our best friend, Mr. Forever Looping?
It's in control, isn't it?
And you can just scroll down to get to it.
So forever.
Again, in another forever. It's just going to be forever.
And we're going to wait a random time. So you can remember how to do a wait.
Here. But, oh, we need to wait in.
So in operators, we'll pick random
from 1 to 10. Should we do 1 to 10?
1's a bit soon. So how about 5 to 10? Otherwise, we want 10 there. How about we do 5 to 10? So somewhere between 5 and 10 seconds apart.
Let's try it now. It's going to do...
It doesn't do anything. We haven't added the rest
we
of the code.
are just fun. Just sitting there.
Because when it's done that, at the moment it's just waiting and not doing anything. We need it to create a clone like we've done before. Create a clone of the orange. Do you remember where that is? That's in control.
Yeah, control.
At the bottom,
no, we need this in the orange.
At the bottom of control, we have create clone.
So we can do this
of the orange.
Orange.
So you can do the drop down there and create clone of orange.
Now we're down to the orange one.
You're right, we do. We need to put some code in the orange.
I didn't even look at the instructions. I just looked.
So remember what we do with all of these clone sort of things. The first thing we do when the flag is clicked.
No, yeah, we need to get a flag clicked. What's this? It is in the air.
When the flag's clicked, we want to make it disappear because we don't want this one. So that's in looks. We do hide.
Okay, it's just below showing here. I think we've been going a bit faster. We need to slow.
Okay, and then when we start as a clone, we need to do some things.
When I start,
that's actually down in control with all of the other clone things.
Why is it in there? It should be in yellow. Oh.
Okay, so when I start, it doesn't add on, it's just a separate block of code. Whenever I start as a clone, where does the orange need to come from?
I need to be at a batty.
So we need to go to where the bat is. That's in motion.
Motion. Let's go to that.
Go to, and you see where it says random position? We can change that.
Let's make it go to a random position.
Oh, that would be a bit crazy.
Let's go. Let's I want to see that one.
It still won't do anything because you won't see it.
Why? Oh, yeah, because it's not creating climate.
So it's still hidden. That's a good test. The first thing we need to do is go to where the bat is. And then
We want to go
make it not hidden. So we show it. And then, what do we want the bat? We want it to do? We want it to fall down until it hits the bottom.
Just fully for 20 million seconds.
Oh, somebody's just asking wherefore when I start as a clone is. It's in control.
At the bottom.
At the bottom of control, there's
And
when I start.
also, if you start, it will be right at the very bottom.
Yeah.
So it'll be right there, right below stop.
Yeah. So when I start as a clone, go to where the bat
Sorry
is.
for going a bit fast. I'll try and slow down.
Show, and then we're going to keep going until we hit the bottom. So that's do you remember what keep going until is?
It's a repeat.
Repeat until. And
Like that.
touching the edge we want, which is a sensing thing. Touching.
I sense you're touching my mouse pointer. No. I want to touch it. No.
Touching the edge. And then we want it to
That's
go
very long.
move downwards. So we want to do a change location, which is in motion. We want to change Y. Because remember that X and Y, X is across and Y is up and down. So change Y.
But we wanted to go down.
That's right.
Oh, it's like it floats.
Okay.
It floats.
Oh, it's going up. That's wrong. Change Y by minus
negative
4.
I want to do 3.
Well, that would change the speed, wouldn't it?
Start.
So every now and then it should throw an orange at us.
Unless it doesn't.
There it is. And look, it's falling down.
Oh no, I got boom! But the orange is just sitting there.
Oh, yeah, you found another bug. We're going to pile up with oranges. What do we need to do once?
But then you can't live because oranges kill you.
Well, they don't yet. That's another thing we've got to do.
Oh yeah.
But the first thing we need to do is make those oranges not pile up at the bottom. So
Okay,
once it's got to the end, what do we
We
do?
need to go on top.
Control.
Control, yeah. Then we don't stop.
No,
we
no,
don't
no,
want it.
no,
Yes,
no. We don't want to stop the whole game. We just want to make this clone disappear, don't we? So that's delete this clone.
This clone. Now let's see. Will it touch the edge and die or not? Or will I be able to shoot it and kill it?
You can't
And
shoot
is
the
it going
oranges.
to appear?
It disappears, but it doesn't do you any harm, does it? Because we've got to do something else.
I know what we need to do. We need to go on the sensor.
You know, we've got one place where...
I forgot.
Do you remember we have one place where if the hippo hits us, we lose a life? That's in the spaceship. So if you look at the spaceship's code, we can wait until touching hippo. Okay. And we switch costume to crash and do the hit event. All of these things. Well, what we want to do is we want exactly the same thing to happen if the orange hits us. So we need to combine two things, which means we need to look for an operator again. So if you go to operators, we want an or operator because we want to know if this happens or that happens. So there we go. Oh, you've just taken him out. So you put the touching hippo in one side of that. And we want another sensing.
And we want to be
touching. Let's see where it says touching mouse pointer at the top. We're going to change that. So touching the orange.
Oh, the orange.
So now if the hippo
No, let's not do this yet.
That's right. If the hippo or the orange hits us, we'll lose a life. And there's another thing we do. Do you remember we broadcast the hit message when we crash to make all of the things that were there disappear? Well, we need the orange to disappear when we're hit as well.
No, we just need to do when I receive hit, delete this code.
That's right. Wait, do you remember when I received hit is? It's in events. When I receive, scroll down a bit. No, that's it. When I receive hit, we need to delete the clone again.
Why do all these clones have to die?
Oh, it's so sad, isn't it? Right, do you want to test the game again?
I'm gonna shoot you! Die! I'm killing the bat. I was trying to. We should make the bat killable, but it needs to take 20 hits.
That might be a way to do it later. We might talk to, because we're going to talk. You've been hit.
No, but I can still shoot people. It's weird.
So let's see what happens if you're hit while the orange is falling down. If you can make that happen while everybody's looking at the code.
What?
Oh, it all disappears.
That hurts so much.
Brilliant. So back to the spaceship code. Show everybody. Can you just stop talking so everybody can hear me just for a minute? Or you can talk through what's happening in the spaceship's code here. This is the one that we've just added to. Do you want to? Or you want me to? Okay, so we've got a few things in the spaceship code. There's all the code for moving and firing when you press keys, but here is the code for what happens when you're hit. So when the flag's clicked, we start and forever. We go to our normal costume and we wait until we touch the hippo or the orange. So we used an or operator. And when that happens, we switch costume to crash, broadcast the hit message, make our lives go down, and wait 3 seconds for the game to start again. That good? Right. So one more thing we're going to add here, which is make it a bit more obvious what happens when the game ends.
Okay, let me do that.
We're going to make another new sprite, but this one we're going to draw for ourselves. So you click on there and on the paintbrush.
But we want it to be white.
It's already blank. What we want is to put some words in. So we want some red words. So we change the color to red. Which sort of red?
I want it a dark white.
A little bit darker like that. Is that good? Maybe not too dark because it's going to be on a black background.
Fill it all the way up to the latest.
Okay, so you can choose any color you like for this. Then we're going to put some text in. Where it says text. And let's make it look all gamey like that.
Yeah, pixel. I clicked it.
And then we're going to type in here, game over. Do you think we can make it a bit bigger?
Yeah.
Let's see. How do we make it bigger?
It says GD in the middle of the screen because
I don't actually know how we make that bigger. Sure we can. That's zooming in. There we go. You click on it. So we'll click on the text, but then you click with that mouse pointer and then we can make it bigger.
Oh, super blue. Oh,
so right in the middle, we can make it as big as we like.
Make it so it just fits in the center.
Move it a bit more that way. Put it right in the middle. Okay, so then do you want to drag it over here? Oh, no. Put it into the middle of the thing. Okay, so that's what's going to display. So just a quick summary of what we just did there. We did create a sprite, and we did paintbrush, and then we chose our color, and we put text in.
We need the exclamation mark.
Oh, we did forget the exclamation mark, didn't we? So you can change the text by clicking on text, clicking on here, and put exclamation mark. And then we click on
another exclamation.
You can't have 2 exclamation marks. That's not allowed.
What did you say?
There we go. Okay. So now we've got the game over. Let's call this.
Sorry for my queen for a second. I just like doing.
Should we call this game over?
Over. I just died. My name.
That's the name of the costume. Oh, we didn't change the name of the sprite. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, let's just call it Sprite 1. No, Sprite 2. Yes, Sprite 2.
Okay. So we're going back to the code for the sprite. What we're going to do is in our stage code,
No, it's backdrops.
Yeah, where we click on the stage and there's the backdrops there. This is where we have the what happens when the game's over, and we are going to, just before we stop, we're going to broadcast another message saying the game's over. So if you remember where broadcast message is?
I know. I think so.
This is in events. And then we're going to broadcast. So take that over here. Just before we stop. So just there. That's it. And then we're going to make a new message.
No message. It's going to call it game over.
Game over.
The game is over.
And then in the game over sprite, we want to put some code in here as well. So when we're...
Why does everything need so much code?
I know. That's what coding is.
Oh, yeah.
So when the game starts, we don't want this displaying when it starts. That would be crazy.
Been like, you started, game over. Don't start this game.
So when the game starts, we want to hide it.
Now it's just going to disappear. When is it going to come back?
When do you think it should come? What message did we just make?
Game over.
So when we receive a game over message, so in events, when I receive game over, we're going to make that show.
Show yourself, mister. Okay, you just have to kind of die. Okay. You die.
So what's happened here is on our stage, we've got code that broadcasts the game over, except we've chosen the wrong message there because that's going to stop. We want a broadcast and wait. So we just did something a bit wrong there. Let's take that block away.
Shall we?
Otherwise, the game would have stopped straight away before it got a chance to do anything else. So we want a broadcast game over and wait. So do you want to try the game? Because I think we're in a good place now. Stop and start. Okay, so game over's disappeared.
Where do I want to get over 7? Okay, I want to get 8, at least 8. So I want to kill as many as possible. Orange.
Guys, once you've finished trying it, could you just summarise? Just got someone who's a little bit behind. Thank you.
Yeah. So we'll just let Alex die so we can show everybody what's happened.
I just want to try.
Are you trying to beat your high score as well?
Yes, I'm trying to get at least 8. Oh, let's try getting 9. I don't want to get hit by it. I've got 8 now. I'm just going to try and get hit by an orange because we added that. So, drop an orange, little batty, drop an orange, bang.
Oh, we lost a life, but we've got a good score. Keep going. You want to see the game over.
I'm going to try and kill. I'm just trying to get more.
Let's not wait too long though, because we need to explain to everybody what code we've got here.
Oh no, why did it happen again? Okay, I got one more left. I need to nail it. I need to get at least 15. No, I didn't.
And it's game over, but you've got a new high score. Right, shall we go through and tell everybody all the things we've done?
Yes.
Shall we try and show all of the code?
Okay, I know what we should do.
Maybe you could talk through each bit of code that we've got and explain what it does.
I'm not going to talk forward. You talk forward.
Okay, I'll talk
I
through
don't
it.
like to talk. I don't like talking.
Okay. So in the spaceship, so this is all the stuff we've done since the very beginning. In the spaceship, we have some code here. So when the game starts, in our big friend the forever loop, we listen for the keys being pressed. If the left arrow is pressed, we change X by -4. And if the right arrow is pressed, we change X by 4. So that moves left and right. Another block here. Forever, if the keys... No, you stay here. Because we're going to think of some new things to do after this. If space is pressed, then we create a clone of our lightning sprite.
What are we going to do after this?
And wait until the key space isn't pressed. And then here's some stuff that we changed when the game starts. Another forever loop, we switch the costume to normal. Wait until we touch the hippo or touch our new orange sprite. Switch the costume to crash, broadcast hit, and change our lives by -1. So we've got fewer lives, we lose a life, and wait. That's everything that's in the spaceship. In the lightning bolts, we have what we do with all our clones. When they create it, when the game starts, we hide the original one and make it smaller and tell it where to be. But then when it starts as a clone, which happens when you press space on the spaceship, we go to where the spaceship is and show and repeat until we're touching the edge. So keep going until we hit the edge and move up. Or there's a new thing. There's a thing we can do here that I saw one of the other people do. Because at the moment the lightning bolt appears on top of the ship.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
It does. Let's have a look. It appears right on top, and it looks a bit funny. So we can send it to a different layer.
We don't want it to go. We want to go to the back layer.
Yeah, it goes to the back layer, so that it looks like it appears from behind when you press space.
But Dad, it doesn't appear front. It appears right on top.
So that's in there. Then Hippo's got some clever code as well. So when you start the flag, hide the Hippo. That's Alex. How about we see if we can make the Hippo's wings flap? Because the Hippo's got 2 costumes too.
Yeah.
So do you remember that for the bat, we added this code?
Yes, I know.
So that forever it moves.
No, so how can we? I know what to do. Let me do it again.
Okay, you're going to do this then. So go back to the Hippo.
This
No.
No, duplicate.
Oh, we don't want to, because that's in the bat. We want to do this to the Hippo.
No, all we need is just, I know.
We need a next costume, don't we?
Okay,
So into looks, scroll up a bit in looks, and do next costume.
Where
Just after if on edge bounce. So inside the loop, and let's have a look at what happens.
see, when it hits the edge, will it flap its wings?
Wait, we couldn't see him. We shot him too quickly.
I just don't like dumbbell.
Do you think those wings are flapping a bit too fast?
No, they're flapping fine.
Oh, is that good?
Yes, because they're not. Because it's like a butterfly. They flap really fast.
Brilliant. So now we've done some animation there as well. So what we did inside the Hippo's code, can I just show everybody?
So we did is we just add a next costume underneath it on that France.
So forever we wait, and every 2 to 4 seconds we create a new clone of the Hippo. When we receive hit, we delete the clone. But when we start as a clone, we set a speed variable to a random number, go to a random position at the top,
But how have I not died yet?
show,
There
and then we repeat until we touch the lightning. Move speed step, so we've used the variable that we set here, and turn and bounce and animate.
You just killed me. Why did you kill me?
The bat's a new one we added. Ooh, back to the lightning code for somebody. Okay, there you go, Zach. You can have a look at the lightning code. So I think that actually we've kind of finished where the tutorial takes you. And now we need to think of some extra challenges for people to try on their own, or things that you'd like to try.
A timer.
A timer. What would happen with a timer?
Just every second, the time goes up.
So see how long you stay alive for.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, we can do that. How do you think we might do that?
Variable, time,
Brilliant.
and then we just do change time by 1, wait 1 second, change time by 1.
Okay,
there we go.
We can do
In
that.
F11.
But before we do that, someone's just asked we didn't catch all of the game over bits. So the way we did game over,
Was we went, no, it's a sprite.
well, there's 2 things. So there's one thing that happens on the stage. So on the stage, we've got our code that sets the score to 0 and sets the lives to 3. We can put our timer in here as well.
Yeah.
Wait until lives equals 0. We do the high score check. So if our score is higher than the high score, then we make the high score higher. And then we broadcast a game over message, which was a new message, and wait for that to be handled. And then we stop the whole game.
Okay.
We also created a new sprite,
Which is the
which we did with the paintbrush,
over.
which is the game over sprite. And
And
we
it's
made
just-
text there.
And it's the easiest thing.
It's very
the
easy code, isn't it?
easiest code. When flag is clicked, hide. When I receive game over, show.
Yeah. So you want to put a timer in, do you? So
Yes.
should we do that in the stage as well?
Okay, can I
You
do
create a
this?
new variable first.
We're going to go into variables. Just saying you don't have to do this.
Okay, so this is good.
So let's go into make a variable. And this one will be called TIME.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So where are you going to put
I
that?
want
You move
this
that around somewhere
to be
with
right
the
in
high
the
score or right in the middle?
I think I'm going to put it right under high score like that.
Okay.
Okay, can I?
So then when the flag's clicked,
Okay, so events. When the flag is clicked.
and then we want the forever.
Then we,
Oh no, we want to set the time to 0 first, don't we?
okay, so where's time?
Variables. Set. That's it.
High score, but we don't want it to be high
Set,
score. We want it
set
set time 0.
And then we do a forever loop.
Control another forever.
That's an if then. That's the wrong thing, Alex.
Is it nothing? Oh yeah, it's nothing.
Yeah, forever loop.
Not a best one forever. I forgot. I need to.
And then we wait for how long do you want to do? Should we wait? Should we make it go quick?
A second.
How about we do
Give me
0.1 seconds in
No,
Okay.
a second.
All right, wait a second then. So that's in control.
No, control.
Wait 1
1
second.
second.
And then.
So I want it to be real life time, not
Okay.
fake time.
And then in variables again, you want to increment, you make the time go up, don't you?
Change.
That's it. That's right.
Let's score by 1, but it's going to be.
Time.
Let's see if this works. Where's time going up really fast? Yeah, that was good. So it's also like set how high your score is.
Yeah.
And how in what time. Don't hit me. Oh no.
Well, we've got a suggestion from somebody here, which is that we could make it kill the bat. We make it so you can kill the bat.
With 10 hits, kill bat.
Ooh, that would be quite complicated. We probably haven't got time to do that. Do you want to try that?
Yes.
Okay.
Try and get that in.
So you have to hit the bat 10 times. Does that mean the bat needs some lives?
No, the bat did not need any lives.
It does. The bat needs 10 lives.
No, it doesn't. Let me tell you what I think.
Okay, what are you thinking?
If no, it's going to need
It is. So let's make another variable.
if lives greater than if lives less than 0.
So let's make a new variable for the bat. This is just for this bat, and we'll call it health.
Healthy.
So we've got the bat health here. Now, I don't know if we want to be able to see it. Should we start by being able to see it?
So basically, after 1 hit, it disappears. So like,
yeah. So what we can do is yes, you can have alcohol. So how about the bat? Okay, Alex. So when the bat's hit, so this happens while we're moving. So when the flag or when we stop, when it starts, we're going to set the bat's health. How many lives is it going to start
10
with?
or 20?
Yeah, that's the one. To 10. Should we start with 10?
Yeah, let's do 10. And if you want to get it harder, you can change it up to 20. Just if you want.
Yeah.
You can keep it again.
And then we're going to wait until, and we're going to need a forever loop, aren't we?
We'll repeat until loop.
I think we want a forever loop. And then in the forever loop, we're going to wait until, which is here. Wait until we are touching the lightning.
And also move that. Okay, so now I know. I'm going to go back into variables.
Yeah.
Variables, and I'm going to change health by 1.
But we want it to go down.
We want it to be -1.
So now its health goes down. So maybe we didn't want a forever loop because we want to wait until it hits 0, don't we?
Yeah, so we need to go into our repeat until.
Repeat until.
But how are we going to get it into place? We're just going to put it in a forever
Repeat
loop.
until. I'll take the forever loop out.
Right.
But repeat until. Delete this one.
Repeat until.
And then we need a condition. So an operator and equals. repeat until, and then back to our variable, repeat until health equals 0.
No, let's see if this works. So I need to hit them at 10.
So what's going to happen when it hits 0? What do we want it to do?
It's going to disappear.
We want it to disappear and stop firing clones. In fact, we want it to stop doing anything. So how about...
I know what to do. I know what to
What do
do.
you need to do?
Ready? You just need to go into control.
Yeah.
Stop. But we're not going to have a stop all.
Just stop this script. Other scripts in this sprite.
So, basically, we started. It's really fast right now. I kill you. Die, back. Die.
And now it stops. But we want him to disappear as well, don't we?
Look, he's just sitting. I got out of the... No, also, I got a good idea. We should
Can we
change
finish off
it
this
to
idea
the,
first?
to back D, because it looks like it's... Ow, I died. Oh,
Okay, so we'll change its look. Switch costume to bat D.
Okay, can we look at back costumes so I don't remember them?
And is that the one you think?
It's bat... Yes, bat D is the one I think. Bat D.
Okay, and then you want to wait a bit and then make him disappear?
Yeah.
So we'll do control,
Hidden again. Wait. 1 second, yeah, 1 second.
maybe a bit longer than that.
2 seconds?
2 seconds. And then the last thing is the look, and we'll hide him.
So basically, it will still go on when you kill him, but you just... We should make it when he dies. 4 seconds after that, he basically respawned, comes back. Kill the bat, he shall die. It's really easy to kill him.
I think we killed the bat.
Yeah,
That was a bit too easy, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think
well.
he needs 20 health. Yeah, 20 health.
Let's not worry about that now. I think that was a good addition, but we might want to, you might want to try other things. Anything else?
We've had a good suggestion. I don't think we're going to have time to do it here, but other people might want to try it at home. Someone has suggested that you could change the brightness of the bat to show loss of life, which I thought was a good idea. People could have a go at after the session.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. I wonder how you might do that. There's lots of different
I also
looks
have
that
an
you can
idea
change.
That will probably make
Or you
it
could make it
very
smaller and harder to hit.
large. But probably I shouldn't do basically
What's that?
change background to sun,
Yeah,
like a very bright yellow when it explodes.
yeah, there's
Like
lots
you
of
can
things we
see
could
the
do.
light.
We could also put some sound in, but somebody's just asked to see the hippo code.
So this is the code.
There we go.
This, and I'm
So there's some other extension ideas of the ways you could improve your game in...
Get a mine.
You've missed the microphone, Alex. That you could improve the game.
Get a mine.
And you could add some health packs
Hello.
to gain extra lives. You could add floating rocks that your spaceship must avoid by adding another sprite. You could make more enemies appear when the score gets to 100, or do other things when you get a high score so that it gets harder.
I know. We should make more.
But I think
that
you could do that as well. So loads of things that you could all try with your projects. But I think that we will stop the game here.
You sure I
And-
shall go now. Bye-bye, everybody.
Alex is going. Thank you, Alex. Thank you for your help. And we will come back again next week. So the last thing I want to do is show you this. So that's it. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming.
Thanks very much, everyone.
Thank you, Becky, for all your help and watching the questions. We'll be back next week with a new project. No idea what we're doing, but I'm sure it will be awesome. Thank you very much, everybody. Hope you had fun. And play with your games. Try and do some more things to them. See what of those extensions you could do. Bye-bye.
Bye.